we're gonna try to segue all those things into that regarding
At
the
school, they knew what fraternities you were in. I mean,
Definitely wasn't an easy decision. I sat down with my dad.
Welcome to another episode of I Am the Change podcast, brought to you by DTR Incorporated, a nonprofit organization geared toward uplifting, inspiring, and empowering communities all over the world. I'm your host, Michael Davis, alongside Mr. Reese Lovett and Mr. Jason Redmond. How y'all doing?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Not much. I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm taking it back one time for the home team.
One time for the squad.
Home team, yeah. No HBCU shirt today. Rocking my H-Town shirt.
I have mine on.
Like we can't see it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can see it now.
Okay.
Got
See
you.
you. Eagles.
All right.
Let's get it.
So how
I just got a plain green shirt on, but
green for the money. Green for the money. I got it.
Hey,
I got it.
make it work.
Hey. So how was y'all week so far? Well, how was y'all week? How has your week started?
Well, can we go back to last week?
Sure.
How my week ended?
Okay. Oh yeah.
So,
Wait. Shout out to the recent graduates of UNCG.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. So yes, I got my master's in science Master's of Science in Parks.
Okay.
Recreation Management.
Okay.
So that was wonderful. And then, so now this week is the packing and moving to Florida.
Yes, the big move.
The big move.
Ooh.
So yes, it's busy. It's busy. That's what's going on.
I see. Shout out to all the fall graduates across the country. I know North Carolina Central had some graduates. Who else had some graduates?
A&T graduated this past weekend.
Yeah. Yes. I had some friends and family. Well, I call them family, church members, friends through coaching and friends through working. I had some friends graduated from North Carolina Central. Had some friends graduated from North Carolina A&T. Miss Sharice graduated from UNCG.
I had a friend who graduated. She graduated from UNC Pembroke.
Okay.
This past weekend.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. We'll give a shout out to all the fall graduates across the country. My daughter will be finishing Clark, Atlanta. She should have submitted her last final this week. So shout out to Clark Atlanta University. They won't graduate until the spring, so we'll give them congrats now, but they'll walk in the spring. So we got all that out the way.
Yeah.
So of course we don't have a guest this week, so we're gonna be just doing a little chit chatting ourselves. It's what's this, fourth locker room chat?
Fifth.
Okay. Now I missed one. Right.
So I think we had a couple with just me and you before Sharice joined us, and then we had a couple with Sharice. So yeah, that's probably around the fifth.
So one of the questions that I always that I kind of like mull around in my head is like, what are you known for? Like, what's your identity? So like somebody, I would think my identity looms around. I would have thought it loomed around coaching or insurance or something of that sort. But the more and more I live and I learn, I'm really thinking my identity is business collaborations, putting, for lack of a better word, the plug, putting people in places and connecting people together and making stuff happen. So that's what I'm asking you, what's your identity? Like, like Sharice, you just graduated with your master's in Parks and Recreation Management.
Correct.
So like, what's your identity? Because I know you worked in Parks and Recreation, and you worked here in Durham. You worked in Greensboro, Winston-Salem.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what do you say your identity is?
Jason, that's a good question. So it does. It makes you think. So besides the obvious identities, because of course, I'm a mother first.
Mm-hmm.
African American female, but I think for me, mine just goes to being a community, not a grassroots community person, but just that person that in whatever space I'm in, I'm always willing to help. So like I feel like people just know they can call and count on me for stuff.
Okay.
So like with all even work outside of the recreation center, like when I worked at the post office, like I still have some of my carriers that call and was like, you know, can you help me with this or can you do this? So I feel like that is what my identity, you know,
Okay.
is.
What do you think, Mike?
Like, well, I guess, I mean, I'd say my music and like creativity. Like I've always been like the guy in my group to be like, hey, yo, we got some talent around us. Let's create something, you know what I'm saying? Put our minds together and create something. Let's do something different, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I like film and music is my passion. Because I mean, I'm all about creating something, you know. And I mean, I'm trying to get into branding and stuff like that. So we can do have more going on with the podcast and stuff like that. So yeah, just being creative, and, you know what I'm saying, going with like chasing a dream, basically, you know.
I get you.
For me, I'm a dream chaser.
I feel you're very creative because you definitely make our podcast look really good.
Man, the flyers that you put out, man.
Yeah, so
I appreciate it.
that's the person behind us.
yeah. Like I tell everybody about, hey, yo, if a man is in Washington, but you know, if you want some top-notch work done,
yeah,
Michael Davis, call him up.
Appreciate it.
And it doesn't take long. I mean, like we send you a picture and it's like you have this creation done. So yeah.
Yeah, and you do it without you do it with no they're like, hey, just put a flyer together. No direction, no nothing. Bam, here it is.
Yeah. I just try to get inspired by who we got on the show, you know.
Yeah. I like the one you did with the principal when you had the library look.
Oh yeah, with the school, yeah.
We should, hey, you know,
that's pretty dope.
We should take those flyers and we should start reposting them back up. So just to kind of just show the market
and push people towards the other episodes. Yeah, that'll be a good idea.
Not just
I was thinking about making the ad with them all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But not just to market the podcast, to show the creativity and your workmanship. Like that's big stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to put up my photography and like logo design site. So like all of that stuff is going to be on the site for sure.
Okay.
Just to show, it's going to be a part of the portfolio because, you know, it is logo design work and posters and stuff. So yeah.
Like digital creations could be your identity.
Yeah.
So like how does you get into that space to become, you know, to want to be in that area?
Honestly, it like wanting to be able to do it all myself. Like I kind of got into creating stuff. Like I was like I needed a logo, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't always have the funds to pay for somebody. So I was like, boom, let me YouTube video, started with the YouTube videos, eventually went to school for it. But yeah, I was just like trying to create it myself, do it all. Cause I figure if I can do everything myself, I never got to pay nobody to do something for me. I could just boom, get it done. That's why I started recording in the crib. My first song was all at my house recording, you know what I'm saying? I mean, now I go to a studio, but yeah, just trying to get it done myself. That's where it came from.
Okay, all right.
That's awesome.
Sharice, how did you get in your space of being the behind the scenes helpful person?
I like to see people win.
Okay.
So whatever it took, like even I always tell my old supervisor in Durham, like my job is to make sure that you look good. So whatever it took for me to make, you know, because when you look good, we look good. And because, you know, he was over me, he knew that at all costs that I was there, I had his back and I was gonna make sure that stuff got done. But I just like to see people win. So as outgoing as people think I am, I really don't like to be the center of attention. Now I will. I mean, like I'll host and stuff if I have to, but I prefer not to, believe it or
But
not.
you host Mary Kay events, don't you?
Yeah, but I prefer to do it with somebody who would take the lead in it, and
Mhm.
I'm behind them.
Oh, really?
I've never noticed. I've always thought you've been the outgoing,
Yeah.
in the front person.
I mean, because you got, I mean,
You gonna say
that's, you could do it. Like you, I mean, you do it so well, you know.
Like if I have to, but I prefer for other people to shine.
I can dig that. I can see that too.
So
Yeah, I can see that. I can dig it.
So,
yeah, I'm
Jason,
the
what
biggest cheerleader.
oh, word.
Who?
Did you
you're
cheerlead
the
in school?
biggest cheerleader?
No, Michael. No, I played sports. I mean basketball.
Oh yeah,
But
you
not
was
that cheerleading, not a
balling. You was
sport.
balling. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, no,
I'll do
but
that.
no, I'm everybody's biggest cheerleader. Rah rah rah, shish kumbah. I got your back.
Right, shit's goodbye like that.
You can have pom poms out and stuff, everything too.
The facts.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
Jason,
So Jason, what about you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you become the plug? Because first of all, we always pick on you about this bag. That
Jason got the bag.
The bag is amazing, and so
I mean, yeah.
and it's like it's little Knoxville College, like, and that's another thing too. Like you got powerhouses come out of Knoxville,
Fire.
and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I always tell folks, man, I was blessed to go to Knoxville College because I didn't know anything about it when I came out of high school. Matter of fact, 3 of my partners from high school went there, didn't like it and left. And then and this so happened I came the next year. So they was like, yeah, man, we went up there, man, we didn't like it. I'm like, man, I love it up there, man. It's great. But the way I started to be the plug was, man, I just you can't know how to do everything. So for me, I'm a very basic guy. I don't, I'm not big on technology. Like I know how to work my phone, but I can't tell you how to work your phone. I know how to set up a Zoom call, but I can't tell you how to put your background up. So to me, I got to know people to know how to do certain stuff. And one of the presidents that I thought was pretty smart, that he never got credit for his intelligence, was George Bush, not the dad Bush, the son Bush. Mm-hmm. And it was noted that the son Bush was not very intelligent. But the one thing he did that I liked was he put people around him that were smart in certain fields, and their level of expertise, that's where he put them. Like he put Colin Powell. I forgot Colin Powell's title, and I should know this, but I don't. But when he appointed Colin Powell to his position, I'm like, yo, that was a smart move. And even as he went, like Condoleezza Rice, everybody was a professional, and they were talented, and they were experts in their field. Mm-hmm. And when they were in those fields, hey, like you may not like his policies, you may not like his rhetoric, you may not like him as a president, but the way he went about appointing people to his cabinet, ideal. Like you put smart people around you so that you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Because I don't profess to be the smartest guy and as they say, the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I do know quality people, and I know people that have passions to do certain things, and I let them go. Like Sheree says, I want to see you win. I'm gonna let you go shine. Mm-hmm. But as far as the Knoxville College, man, it was in Knoxville College, man. You couldn't go to Knoxville College and not succeed, because everything around you was saying you weren't gonna make it. The school, just the facilities itself, even in the town, like the town is overshadowed by the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Like the volunteers are the big draw in the city. So that's everything. But to make your name known, you gotta go get it, and ain't nobody gonna really give it to you. So that's kind of how we got out, and everybody got out and did their thing. So to me, that was always that was just the thing. When you get out, you gotta go get it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You gotta be 10 toes down in whatever you do and keep on pushing. And so that's kind of how. And plus, I growing up in Houston, it was always like that too. It's like, Houston's so big, and to get noticed, man, you gotta be on your grind. Like you gotta be the best of the best of the best. And there's over 8 million people in that town, man. So you're like, shoot, I gotta be hustling. So yeah, that upbringing, to go to Knoxville College, to get out here in the world. And I'm like, man, if you can graduate from an HBCU, you can be successful. because man, they let you in, boy, but they do not want to let you out. So
it would like I tell students now, I say, y'all don't understand the having to go from the registrar's office to the bursar's office, sitting in line for a refund check, because you had to be strategic on which class you were gonna miss.
Yeah.
Like now everything's electronic. You wake up and your money in your account. So like you don't, I mean, you still get the HBCU runaround as it's called, but it definitely wasn't like before the technology is where it is today.
Yeah.
So I can remember pre-registering for class to come back to have to go do the same registration process all over again. I'm like, well, why did I pre-register? Oh, well, it held your spot in class. I'm like, man, I'm doing it all over again.
Right.
So yeah, man, it was never. And them lines be long, and you try to avoid the line, and like to go to, like, you always did everything. You did the business. For us, it was the business office. That's where you went to the financial aid. You did all that stuff last, because that line was out the door. When I say out the door, like top of the steps, down the steps, all the way down, across the. Oh man, it was horrible. Like you almost want to do it last. Yeah, you want to do it last, man, because if you do it last, you can get in and out.
Because everybody else was doing it first.
Yeah, everybody else did it first. And so as a freshman, I mean, I got there as a sophomore. So as a sophomore, I did it first. I was like, I'm here to get it done. I'm here to get it done. Man, them people didn't care. They were like, man, whatever. I learned my junior, my senior year, like, man, just do it last. You pre-registered, your class is held, you're gonna get in. You'll be all right. And that's how it works. That's how I learned. That's probably why I'm not on time to a lot of stuff now, because I'm like, it's all right.
We're gonna blame it on that.
I mean, I can, but I mean,
okay, yeah, it works. It works.
Somebody got to get it. Can't always be me. So yeah.
But Michael, this is for you. So with your identity, so how you see yourself, what is this current identity is something you want to take into the future? Or I mean, like everybody changes, and because to me that's growth. But like the basis of this identity, is this something that you want to continue into the future?
Yeah. But I think it'll, like, as far as change goes, like my role will change. Like right now, like I'm like basically like with the film stuff I'm trying to do and stuff, like I'm basically like trying to write the scripts and oversee everything, but I'm also ground crew with it, because like, I'm dolo right now. But eventually, like as I build, as I grow, like my role will just be like I'll have people doing what I used to do, and then like I'll be able to just like kind of be at a higher position and like oversee things, you know what I'm saying? Or just write, or you know what I'm saying? Like my role is definitely gonna change, but I see a future in it, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Sharice, do you think you're with you being the biggest cheerleader, do you see yourself putting the pom-poms down and getting in front of the camera and being that the host with the most?
Oh yeah, definitely, because with this move and everything, so my ultimate goal is to lead an entire department. So yeah, I want to be the face of a department, and I also want my own nonprofit. So but again, it's like you said, positioning people to also come with me along, on that journey. So, but yeah, no, I want to be able to say, this is the Parks and Recreation department that I oversee, but still have all these people that are achieving and being great up under me. That's one thing I know, even like with my staff, I always tell them my goal for you is to grow and go. I don't want you to stay in this position. If I keep my foot on your neck, that means that my care is there for you. Now, once that, I come up off that gas and feel like there's no hope for you, they're gonna just be stagnant. But as long as I'm riding your tail, just I see potential, and I'm wanting you to go.
Dig it. So means you're gonna try to take Teen Gen and go start your own nonprofit? Is that what you're telling
me? We always are gonna be a part of DTR. So that's That's always the basis. But Teen Gen is gonna end up being a national known program.
I
Definitely.
hope so.
Yeah.
I think Teen Gen was a great program. I was talking to Gennaro, and we were talking about programs. And I said, man, I really want, he was asking me like, what is my priority in programs? And I was like, man, for me, I really want to see the Success Project and the Ugly Project grow. But I think I think Teen Gen going those 8 weeks, phenomenal, like phenomenal, because it gave the organization a face, and it gave them a face. I should have kept my ringer on. It gave them a face, and it gave them a platform to come and to go with. So I thought that was important.
Yeah, and I think too the collaboration with
Uplift Project.
Yeah. And so that was just, that was great because it also had their name out on stuff.
Yeah.
And it was I enjoyed it. It was good. The girls enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So it's at the point now where I feel like getting someone to run that program.
Yes.
In Durham, just to keep it going.
Because I want to see that young lady again that made those cookies. Them cookies were banging. God, them cookies were so good. That lady.
Yeah, they were. She was,
man.
That was supposed to be her entrepreneurial project, was to bake cookies and sell them.
Woo.
Like that, Jay?
Man.
No, they were really good.
Things about this big around, man, the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, they were really good.
Oh man.
They were fire. Burning it, man. It was great. It was great. Look, and that program was, we had that in what, May, June?
Yep, it was May, June, July.
Yeah, so I'm talking about it. So like, I'm talking about these cookies in December. That's how good they were. Yes.
Yeah, that's serious. I might need some of those cookies, man. I think I need, So you need to whip up another batch, send them out.
Oh man,
I'll let her know. She needs to. That was supposed to be her project.
Yeah.
Dope. That's dope.
Was to sell these cookies.
Yeah. I would definitely like to see Teen Gen as a national program.
I would too.
Next stop, well, after Florida, Seattle for sure.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to Florida. It's definitely going to Florida.
Then Seattle.
We'll have a yep.
Get you out here.
Go ahead to the West Coast.
Yeah.
West Side.
I'm waiting to come to the West Coast with a program too, man. I'm waiting to see this, man.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting. I got some things cooking up. So yeah, it's about to get started. Having a studio and stuff definitely opens some doors. And
so tell me about the studio, man. Like, I mean, because I know
don't forget Damien. He always, if you always need a young African American male, he's available.
Of course, he'll be in Florida. He'll be in Florida come 2 weeks.
But he can fly.
Yeah, we can fly him out. You know what I'm saying? We'll get him out here.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Definitely. 2022, I definitely like 2022. I want to be starting production for the book. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Turning that into the movie. I want to be like starting to film that. So yeah.
So I'm really excited about it. We always talk about that book being a movie. When my fraternity brothers read it, like, man, this book is so great. I'm like, oh, yeah, I appreciate it.
Fine.
Yeah. So I want to see it on the big screen too.
Yeah. And then I figured out the whole process for like Netflix and all that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Mainly the main thing is we just gotta have a Netflix approved camera. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a problem. And we just set up an appointment basically. Yeah, show them the film.
Oh, I'm excited.
They like it. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we gonna make that move 2022.
Okay.
And, we gotta get both of y'all. Gotta have a cameo in the movie too.
Listen, I could be the makeup person. I just need to see my. When they do the credits and the makeup. Yeah, I just need to see my name there. That's fine.
Well, now, Jason, I didn't know it's your book. I didn't know if you wanted to want a main role in it or something. Like how you want to play it, brother.
I'm the main role in the book. I'm the main role in the book. I should have cut that volume off. I don't need a main
Sound like
role.
a truck backing up. What kind of ringer is that?
Man, it's a ringer that makes you want to answer the phone. So
All right.
yeah, but yeah, so sidebar conversation. I always do stuff that has a meaning behind it. So the ringer is annoying. So therefore, when the phone rings, I'm gonna answer it, or I'm gonna cut the call. So I'm gonna call him back later.
Volume button on the side.
Yeah. I forgot. I just didn't do it. But back to the book. Yeah, man. I really I'm like Sharice. As long as my name shows up like written by or directed or co-director, I don't care.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting like a little actor. I think I'm a great actor. I think I can be a great actor.
Do you want to tell people about the book?
Yeah.
Since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
From the school.
Yeah. So the book is a love story from a man's perspective. So a lot of love stories and dramas are told from a female perspective, and they always they never really look at the man's side of view of the love story. It's always he does the woman wrong, he's a dog, he's this, he's that, boo to the man. Well, in this love story, it's looking at it from a different perspective. Because not all men are dogs, not all men do women wrong. Sometimes the guy gets done wrong. And to me, the circle of love is it's circular. So what happens is the guy's going along in life, he meets a young lady, and he gets his heart broken. And when he gets his heart broken, he comes back around, he meets somebody else, and he breaks her heart. So now she starts her circle, he continues on. And it's a continuous pattern of heartbreak, meeting, falling in love, and hearts getting broken. But in the book, it talks about, it shows that circle and how that happens. Sometimes love is exciting and it never manifests into anything. It's exciting, it's new, it's fresh, and boom, it doesn't matriculate.
Mm-hmm.
So some love stories don't have a happy ending, some do, but you got to read the book. The name of the book is called An Athlete's Love. It's on Amazon. It's an ebook. So don't think you're gonna get no hardback cover, because it ain't no hardback. It's an ebook. Download that thing off Amazon and read. But it's easy, and it's easy to read too. I don't use big words because my vocabulary ain't that big. It's easier to have small words, so that way you ain't got.
That's so real.
Yeah, man, I've never been a big vocabulary person, man. I keep it simple, So instead of saying extravagant, I would say it's really nice.
Well, it's a good read, so definitely go check that thing out.
Oh man, appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. When I put it out there, man, I was hoping that people would like it.
Yeah.
And the reviews so far, people seem to like it. So,
Therese, have you read it?
you just put it on the spot, didn't you?
I'm sorry. I asked.
Yeah.
So let me tell you why I haven't read it.
We should have added the word when she said no, we could she just cut out. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I gotta get a soundboard, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So I haven't read it because I am not a big on the computer reader. So like even in school when we got articles and stuff we had to read, I had to print them out. So I'll print out a 100-page article because I needed to be tangible. So because my question is,
Print that out?
Oh yeah, I'm printing that out.
A lot of pages, bro.
A lot of paper.
Yeah. So Jason, my question is, is there a way that you can get this printed for me so I can have it in my hands?
I can send you the manuscript and you can read it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can print it out. It's like
I need to get some special edition hardback copies.
No, like for real.
Saying, like a select number, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what we can do is, here's the thing. So now you're about to make another DTR program, a publishing house. So I got the cover, just got to print it and bind it. I don't know how to do all that.
You get it done at Kinko's.
You can go to Kinko's and get that done?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bind it in book form?
Great. Okay, no, for real, because I have someone near and dear to me who is in a process of writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
I have read the beginning of it. It's amazing. I just need them to finish it. If you listen, that could be book number 2 under the publishing company.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, I'm for it.
I got book number 3 started. I just haven't finished it. I got book 3, book 4. I haven't finished it because
Really?
Yeah. I got sidetracked with other stuff and I just didn't finish it.
Oh yeah, so there we go.
I
Y'all heard it first here.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, DTR Publishing House.
DTR Publishing House. Yeah, that's
Hey, because man, self-published. So my first book I published, I went through a self-publisher, man. I got raked over the coals. And so I learned at that moment that it wasn't really about like what you know, it was really like who you know. Like, so when I got that, like they had a marketing campaign and it was like, it's, oh yeah, we're gonna, we'll get you this marketing campaign. We'll put out a press release. We'll send it to all these different distributors, about buzzing. So I paid for that. I paid for that marketing. It was not what I thought it was. It was a 1-page press release. They sent it to all these different media outlets, and that was it. And they said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get interviews for. You're gonna do
nothing."
So what you got to realize is that if you're a self-publisher, when we talked about your identity, what makes you an expert in that field?
Mm-hmm.
Or what makes you interesting? What makes you? Why should somebody buy your book? Why should somebody read it? So, and then I also learned, like I went to a book fair in Houston at the George R. Brown Convention Center. It was nice, man. It was a guy standing next to me, and this is what made me write the second book. The guy standing next to me was just selling books. I'm like, oh man, what's the push? He said, man, I just write for entertainment, man. He said, man, he said, your book is probably a great book, but people don't read for self-improvement. They read for entertainment. And I was like, gotcha. So the first book was called Are You Talking? It's Communication, a Dilemma in Your Marriage. So I used marriage as the medium, but people couldn't, that's, you have marriage out there, people were like, I'm not married, blah, blah, blah. But
right.
Just
so that limited your audience too.
Right. Yeah. Limited my audience for one. But number two, people, you got to ask them what makes me want to read your book. What makes you an expert in that comments and on that topic. And then three, if you can't correlate communication in a marriage to communication at work, communication on while you're dating, things of that sort. So people didn't buy it. And then also, at the time, the person that edited the book, there were still some grammatical errors in the book, so that didn't help either. So I learned a very valuable lesson. And so today, if I had to do it all over again, education. I'm writing to educate, or
right.
I'm writing to entertain. But at the same time, you can take those same points and write a story about that, and then talk about that to educate.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah,
I like it.
Oh yeah, man. I think that's great because there's a lot of folks out here want to write a book. They just don't know what to do, where to go, how to get it done. But if you can get somebody that knows how to bind the book, get the book cover bound and make it in book form, hey, everybody wants a hard copy because you get somebody to sign it. You get an autographed copy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, see that, and that's something I want to do because I feel like we need to brand ourselves. You know what I'm saying, as podcast hosts, and then there's so much other stuff we do, like individually. We start to brand ourselves, create a following, and then we can like your book, like we can go ahead and start a new campaign to market that thing, and then you got an audience right there, followers that know you. You know what I'm saying, and boom, books are selling. You know what I'm saying, and then for the publishing house, like we create a reputation, and it's easy to push the books and merchandise and whatever's coming out of DTR. So that's something I'm really geared toward doing 2022, shifting into this next year. For sure.
We should have a slogan for 2022 because I know for 2021, I was pruning for success. Is that what it was?
Yeah, pruning for success.
Mm-hmm.
We need a 2022 slogan.
Okay, what's it gonna be?
Come up with it now. I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta come up with it now. Yeah, just for 2022, we need a slogan.
Yeah.
That way we keep the organization going. And as Mike was talking about merchandise, you got a new slogan, you got new merch, you got new designs. You know, maybe we use the Rhythm of Hope's logo on merchandise and push it this year. Maybe you get merchandise for the Teen Gen logo.
We'll say I've been because like, all right, the reason, right, first I want to say this, Sharice, the reason why you ain't got your sweater yet is because when I got it, it wasn't the right size, so I had to send it back, but they was out of 3X's, so I'm on the waiting list for the you know what I'm saying?
Dang, you didn't put my size out there and everything.
I'm so sorry. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? It just flew off. I'm so sorry.
He dying that thing out there.
I'm on the waiting list for the right size. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the
Michael,
waiting list.
I mean, you getting me today. You read Jason's book
man,
yet?
they don't. I don't even mean to do it. But I'm y'all gonna get some late Christmas gifts because I've been designing some DTR merch, sweaters and stuff. So stay on the lookout. Y'all might have to send me your address again.
Gotcha. I got you.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
Fire too.
All right. I'm excited, man. So I'm excited. Like I think that, like I say, you know, it was so much stuff that happened in 2021, positive stuff. And like I say, so just all that. I mean, like, there's nowhere to go but up.
That's what I'm saying. This was definitely a year that we built on and did some great stuff. I am I was looking at, so for, you know, because when we have these locker room conversations, it's also for information for those that are listening and, you know, watching. And my question is, I know you copyright. Can you copyright logos? So we know, so like the Teen Gen logo can't be used by anybody else in order.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be either copywriting or what, trademarking logos?
Trademarking, yeah.
Trademark, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm sure you can. Ask me how to do it. I don't know. However,
I'm sure we can find somebody who's knowledgeable.
Yeah, I'm sure Jason can just dig in the bag.
Dig in the bag. Somebody from Knoxville
somebody.
College knows about trademarking.
So here's the funny thing. It's a guy I was talking to last night. Young guy goes to Duke. He just took a trademarking and copywriting class.
Boom.
Yeah. So
that quick. You see?
Yeah.
You know, it was already working itself out before we had the conversation. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying, Jason?
Funny story, because I was telling him like some stuff we had gone through, and he was like, "Oh man, you should just call me." I'm like, I didn't know to call you, but yeah. But now
you know the call.
Now I know. Yeah. So intellectual property and all that kind of stuff, like that's the guy.
Oh, okay.
Young dude at Duke. So he wants to be an attorney, and like, hey, I'm gonna catch you before you take the bar, and your price goes up. So he won't be hitting me with the fat joke. The prices today are not the same as yesterday. So yeah, that's not a problem. So, but yeah, man, that's this turned out to be a great locker room session.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but Jason, absolutely. I don't think you answered the question. Your identity. Where do you see your identity in the future?
Yeah.
In the future, I see my identity as being somebody. I don't think mine's going to actually change. I think mine's going to stay the same because I like being that person that makes things come together. That's fun to me. I'm not excited about any one thing. I'm always, I'm a million. For me, being in a million places at a million times is, it's great. Like my fraternity brothers, we're doing adopting a child for Christmas. We're doing a reading program for third graders starting in January. Michael's talking about doing the book as a movie. So I do the podcast we do the podcast every week. So this kind of stuff excites me. So I'm excited about all the stuff that goes on. And, I want to one day, do my podcast in the studio instead of being in my house. But it's just the growth, it's a growth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love to have it where maybe one day we're on Zoom and Michael has a guest in his studio, or Sharice has a guest in her studio, or I have a guest in my studio. And, we're just, we're doing the thing, we're doing our thing.
And then we got to have an episode where we all in the same studio together.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then one day we get a guest host. We're all there together. Maybe somebody famous one day wants to get on our podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe we get Josh Hall back on our podcast. We all sitting together with the young boy basketball star. Yeah.
That was a good episode.
That was.
That was a very good episode.
Yeah. Josh, he's a cool guy. Cool guy.
Yeah, man, he is. He really is.
Yeah. So
then he gets traded. He got traded to the Raptors, right?
Yeah, man. My dad told me he's in like Toronto.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was cold out there right now.
Have you seen him? Has he been playing?
I don't know. I gotta. I tried to look up some stuff on him, but I haven't seen it. I haven't been able to catch the games really, but I usually look up the highlights, so I haven't seen them, so I don't know. I have to reach out and ask.
Yeah, I'd check him out.
Yeah.
I told him to send me some gear. I didn't realize he had gotten traded.
Yeah. I think he went to the
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get out to a game,
Hey man, look, if he follows the podcast, we maybe be like, hey Josh, man, get us,
Thanks.
Get to the game.
Do the podcast live at the game one time, you know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying? Like, hey,
And I don't even need to sit courtside. I could just be in the building.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit courtside. I want to sit up in the booth. And I want to sit up in the seats. Not the seats, the box seats.
Oh, the skybox, right?
Skyboxes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to make
Where
that
you
happen.
can walk around and eat snacks and stuff.
Okay. I mean,
Facts,
that's what you're talking about. Like, it's a big lounge area, right?
Yeah, the skyboxes. Yeah.
So don't.
Yeah,
couple brewskis,
You trying to make me seem like I'm out to I got like having my fat boy moment. Right?
No. I'm just saying, like, it's place like you can move around and stuff.
Yeah. I just want to be we can record in the skybox. Yeah.
Okay.
She got me. She threw me under the bus. We'll be around to eat the snacks. I'm like, okay.
I had to share the love from Michael, man. Golly.
Yeah, because he was throwing dimes at me.
I mean,
yeah. I was like, dang.
I had to share it. God.
Yeah, I take it. So it's all good.
my bad.
So who's giving the inspirational statement for today? I think since Sharice is moving.
Yep.
I feel like it's my last episode. Like,
but it's your last. Wait,
Man,
it's your last episode in North Carolina, so you gotta leave that good energy. You know what I'm saying, in North Carolina. Yeah.
So let's see. Dang, y'all put me on the spot for real.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a friend. Okay, so this is a plug for a friend of mine. Uwe Idaho is, Uwe?
No.
So Uwe is the founder and CEO of Queen Redefined. Branding, clothing, uplifting business.
Okay.
And so she has a shirt. Golly, I want to quote it so bad. It says, "Society doesn't define me, I define myself."
Okay.
I think that's it. That sounds like that's right. And so that is, I feel like, with our identity, it's not what society would expect us to be or want us to be or have us look, you know what I'm saying? We determine the spaces we're in. We determine who elbows we rub. We can't limit ourselves. And I feel like at times society does that. So with finding your identity, it's just keeping all those avenues open, keeping an open mind, and also being flexible, because what we feel like our identity may be or should be may not be what steps are ordered for us. I definitely learned that wanting to be a police officer. It's, that's what I wanted to do, but that's not the steps that were ordered for me. So, but yeah, that's it.
Dig it. That was dope right there.
Like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's the end of that.
That's hot fire right there, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's the
Mike,
end of that.
yeah. Hey, look.
As always, I enjoy when we chit chat.
Yeah, man. That's nice. Yeah.
I like room chats.
Yeah. We've only had fun.
And I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, both of you guys, you know, so being on the podcast with you, it's like you guys have been mentors for me, you know what I'm saying? You got a little bit more skin in the game, and it's just like I can watch you and know, like, all right, it's something to strive towards, because, you know, you guys are always doing great things, and definitely, I just, you know, appreciate being able to rub elbows with both of you guys, you know, so thank you.
No problem.
Well, thank you. No problem. Well, I want to say I appreciate y'all letting me come on because
that was a no-brainer.
Like y'all need female energy on this podcast.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. It's funny, man, because he called me up like, "Hey, Jason, I want to be on your podcast." I'm like, "We already had you on as a guest. Why you want to be on it again?" No. I want to be a co-host. I'm like, "For real?" Yeah. I'm like, "All right, whatever. Come on." Yeah. So,
and then it was so funny because after that, the first one that I did with y'all, I was like, was I good enough? I can come back? Like, I can have a standing part on this?
yeah, it was like, yeah, come on, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This has definitely been enjoyable. And like you said, 2022 is gonna be, I'm ready for it. I am ready for it.
So, question. So when 2022 hits, is that season 2?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do it like that.
Okay. I was wondering because we didn't do a season 1, season 2. We did all across the board. When did we start anyway?
Yeah, so
I don't know, when was the first episode?
Was it March? Because I know our first episode was
it was me.
Right. Yeah. It was like this 43, 44?
This is 45.
45. Ooh, wow.
Oh yeah. So that's definitely Yeah.
So we'll get
the better part of the year.
Yeah.
So oh wow. That's amazing.
So each episode might have 52 episodes.
Each season.
Yeah, each season gonna have 52.
Each season should have 52 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
There's a lot of content. It's great because then you'll see the growth of the podcast too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Definitely see the growth of the podcast.
Yep.
So
you'll see it grow from its baby stages, my first episodes to where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll eventually add sound. So when I get stuck, when I ask the question, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we boo. She didn't read it. Yeah.
So no, this was good.
Cool.
I appreciate y'all.
I know, we appreciate y'all. All right, Michael. So before we get too long and start up again, why don't you go ahead and take us out of here, big fella?
All right, sounds good. Well, if this is your first time tuning in, please like, subscribe, and continue to follow us on this journey. If you've been rocking with us so far, keep on keeping on because we have a lot more amazing episodes to come. I'd like to thank my two amazing co-hosts, Mr. Reese Lovett and Jason Redmond. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. We're DTR Incorporated, a nonprofit organization geared toward uplifting, inspiring, and empowering communities all over the world. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. And remember, our goal is not to be better than anybody, but together we can achieve better for everybody. Thank you and have a good night. Peace.
All right.